everyone. So the last like week or so has been completely crazy. We got like 2.5 inches of rain, and that means obviously the planting is completely shut down. So I've just been kind of here at the house doing video and a couple other projects, but that much rain, and now the sun is out for the first time in like 3 days, which is, it felt like a monsoon. It was ridiculous. My lawn is out of control and I have to mow it. Oh yeah, check this out. I got grapes. The grapes that I never got to eat last year. This year they're making tons and tons of grapes. And so I think I'm gonna do my best to do whatever the hell it is you're supposed to do to grapes to actually be able to eat them. I don't know a damn thing about grapes, but it is kind of exciting. There's this one guy on YouTube I was looking at. He was talking about how they were actually taking, I can't think of the word for the bag, but they're kind of those little bags you get at weddings. Had some kind of artsy name, but these little bags that you get where they put like little trinkets and stuff and they cinch tight. He was putting those over the little grape clusters and then cinching them because they still get light, but it keeps the birds away from them. So I think I'm going to try that. I found some online for like, I don't know, like 20 bucks for like 100 or something. Obviously you don't need to get the fancy ones because they're not for a wedding, but they're just for grapes. But I'm going to try that when the time comes. Either that, or I'm going to get one of those like those crazy owls that you like and set it up on top of there, and that kind of blows in the wind so that everybody stays away from it, because I think it's a real owl. I don't know, do these actually work? All right, I gotta get this lawn mowed. Ugh. God, it's like a sauna in here. Dogs get so excited anytime they get to go in the car, even if it's just halfway around the block. Wait till I get out. You usually knock me over, dog. This dog gets ridiculously excited about mowing the lawn. Here you go back to the house. Someone's hot. All right, yesterday I mowed the lawn. Today it's Saturday. It's beautiful weather out, a little bit windy. And so I'm actually sitting on my front porch, which is terribly messy. Last year it got used as a garden center of sorts, and it never got cleaned up. And so there's just crap everywhere. And it looks ugly, and so my goal today is to try and clean this crap up. Well, first things first. Every spring, first thing I have to do is trim this tree in the front yard. It's a basswood tree, and I really love it, but there's two things about it that I really can't stand. One is that the branches hang really low, so I have to go around and just trim so you can walk under them, because the branches get so heavy with leaves, they just hang down. This thing sheds almost as much as a sugar maple, almost. Of course you have your leaves, but then you have these little leaves that have the berries on them, seeds or flowers I guess. In a couple of months those flowers will be really nice and fragrant, but they end up dropping their leaves twice a year, or I'm not even, I guess I call it a leaf, but it's not really a leaf. Once they're done flowering, they'll drop these, and they'll be all over the ground. And then in the fall, they'll drop these, and in the meantime, they're going to drop all their berries, which will be all over the ground. They're about the size of a pea, and they're hard, so when you walk on them barefoot, they kind of hurt. Then they go through this period, like I think in July, where they go through like a sap period. I don't know what you call it, but like everything underneath them is sticky, so you can't park your car under there or it'll look like the sticky side of a roll of tape. There are a couple other cool things about these basswood trees though. One is that they're so leafy up there that if there's a light rain, you can stand down here by the trunk and not even get wet. And the other part is that this is like one of the softer hardwoods, and they are very commonly used if you're into like wood carving, if you're into wood carving projects or whittling. Very often if you go to the store and buy wood that's been dried and set up for that sort of stuff, they use basswood as kind of your starting point, because it's a hardwood, but it's not so hard that it's difficult to cut. Here's an example of basswood. This is something I carved, or started carving. It's not really done yet or anything, but something I started carving, I don't know, a number of years ago. Never really got back to. I probably should get back into it and finish it up. But this is all basswood. This is the same wood that you would get off of that tree right there. Of course, I didn't chop this down myself. I just bought a board in the store. Next part, I think, will be to start working on this porch and put some of this crap away that's been sitting here for way too long. So I'm out here working on the patio, and I didn't get my cushions put away last year, the cushions to the patio furniture. So I was like, well, you know, no big deal. I'll just hose them off. Well, then I went and got this one, and apparently a squirrel has decided to use the stuffing for a bed. So I went online and was looking at getting a new one. Not only are there like a million shapes, styles, and colors, but the ones that I want, of course, are not at the store nearby. So we have a Home Depot from us about 15, 20 miles, depending on how you go, whatever. And there's two in our nearby town, but the other one is way on the other end of town. So if I want to go down there, it'll take me 30 miles to get there, and then I have to come back. They may or may not have what I want in stock. And when I get there, the ones I'm seeing online that I kind of want, $65. When did cushions become $65? So I bought this pressure washer like 2 weeks ago or whatever, before it started doing all the raining. And I don't know, it's for what I'm using it for, I think it's going to be a good deal. It's it doesn't heat or anything, but it's about the right size. It's gas, and it's a little noisy, and I think it eats a lot of fuel. But I just kind of use it to pressure wash the front of the house here, and it whitened up a little bit, and Morgan likes it apparently. But I don't know, it got all that dirt and crap out of all those cracks. For what I need it for, I think this will work fine. We have a heated one out at the farm, but it weighs like probably 500-600 tons, so I'm not going to use that. So I don't know if you can see this on camera or not, but I'm going to show you anyway. So I just started, just for a test, pressure washed the side of the house. Keep in mind, I've been living here for 10 years, I think 10 years. And it was a repossession, so it was vacant for like 2 or 3 years and pretty neglected. And it's an old house, not as far as like old house for most of the world. For the United States, it's kind of an older house. It's it was built in 1920. And it's kind of a little, it's a hole, we'll be honest. But anyway, so I decided to pressure wash the siding they put on here. But that's the color of the siding, and that's the color, and you can see there. Oh, there we go. There's a pretty decent line. I didn't put any effort into it. I just noticed it and stopped. I didn't know my house was white. This old apple tree is just about dead, but still puts on apples every year, or every other year at least. Because of the squirrels though, I only get to eat about 2 of them. The peonies are going. I don't know if there's any truth to this. Maybe someone out there in internet world knows. But Grandma always used to say that peonies wouldn't do anything if there weren't ants around. I don't know if that's true or not. but ants sure do love peonies. They do smell good, but I don't really like peonies, honestly. I think bees really like them, but I'm thinking about digging those up and taking them up to the apiary sometime. They look really good and they smell really good for just a little bit, and then after that they're just kind of in the way. Well, that actually made me feel fairly productive. And it's warm and there's a nice breeze. Actually it's windy, but on this side of the house there's a nice breeze. And I think it might be time to have some lunch. Thinking quesadillas. Alright, yesterday I got the lawn mowing. I got the lawn mowed. Yesterday I got the lawn mowed. Yesterday I got the lawn mowed. Why can't I say that? What is the word? Lawn mowed. Lawn mown. I mowed the lawn yesterday.